Do you know it's been 41 days today since we first made initial contact there for Bryan Mbeumo? 41 days. 41 days, guys. 4-1. 41. That's insane, isn't it? We've been talking about this for nearly a month and a half now. I find that absolutely disgraceful, don't you? 41 days we've been in this saga now. This has turned into a saga, yes. We are in a position where we are still a few million apart, it seems, or at least structurally apart, with the finalisations of the deal here with Brentford to get a deal done. And we've had this going on for 41 days of negotiations and hearsay and rumours and expectations. You know, fair play to Bryan Mbeumo, to be fair, because Bryan Mbeumo could have been kicking up a right stink, couldn't he? I haven't really heard much about Bryan Mbeumo kicking up stinks. You know, I've heard Gyokeres kicking up a stink at Sporting, but I haven't really, heard Bryan Mbeumo doing anything. I think he's obviously keeping his head down. I think he's supposed to return to training tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there, guys. But, I mean, I'm hoping, I don't know about you, but I'm hoping that we can maybe get something in place in terms of agreement with Brentford, maybe before then. You know, that would make things much easier for everybody involved if Bryan Mbeumo did not have to go back to Brentford training. You know, if there was a deal in place there between Manchester United and Brentford, so he's allowed to then go and have his medical at United, and next thing you know, in a couple of days' time, it's wrapped up. He's on the plane for the tour. You know, and Brentford get their money so they can start to look in the window. I mean, I've got to hope that that's the case. I really do. Let's look at the latest updates, though. Yes, you said it. Fab updated last night. He did. There was a late night Fab tweet. It was about midnight, and this is what he said. He said, Manchester United remain in active talks for Bryan Mbeumo, also this weekend. Hopeful to get green light by the end of next week. The player maintains his word. He wants to join Man United, not entertaining talks with other clubs. Go on, Brian. You know, so Bryan Mbeumo is obviously keen on joining Manchester United. He's wanting to join us. He must be quite frustrated that the deal's not been done yet, but he is just, you know, keeping his head down, and there's no interest from other clubs, it seems, or at least there's no interest from Bryan Mbeumo to join any other clubs. He wants to join Manchester United. So fair play to the lad. You know, I'm keen on getting this guy in. It would be really good. He seems like a good character for us. Seems like somebody that actually wants to play for Man United. Yes, okay, I guess the money's nice. He's probably going to get 4 times what he was going to get at Brentford. But there's other clubs that would be interested in Bryan Mbeumo. So I think it's good character shown at the moment from this lad. Sky Sports' Sharma Sheth reporting that just in, Manchester United remain hopeful of securing a deal for Bryan Mbeumo. An improved offer's expected soon, with one source suggesting it could arrive this week. Brentford are believed to be holding out for £65 million. If that's all they've been holding out for, then I'm sorry, but the Glazers and Ineos and these shithouses are even more pathetic than I thought they were. Fair enough if they're holding out for 70 million, 75 million. That is much more than what he's worth, to be fair. But we paid 62.5 million for Cunha. Yes, it's structured over a couple of years. But come on, 65 million's not nothing crazy here for Bryan Mbeumo. Just pay the money and get the deal done, you bunch of shithouses. Goodness me. It's not that much more than what they are offered previously. They offered 62.5 combined last time around. 55 million up front, 7.5 million down the line. Just pay 65 million up front then and get this guy in, you twats. For the new manager. Sorry, guys, but, you know, just get him in for the manager who can work with them in the pre-season. There you go. We're expecting a new bid this week sometime, you know, again, Sky Sports and probably just via Sharma Sheth, to be honest, that says United are expected to make an improved offer this week for Bryan Mbeumo. So, you know, there is an expectation that there will be a third improved offer submitted to Brentford. And let's just hope that it's one that's going to get the job done here. We're talking about a £65 million offer. We're not talking about some structured deal. We're not talking about some 60 plus 5, you know, 60 plus 5 down the line. I don't know, if Doris the tea lady manages to make 715 cups of tea a week for the next 3 years, we'll pay you an extra fucking £2.50 a week. You know, nobody wants these sorts of structured guff deals. They obviously want a bit of money up front here, and United just need to find the money and get the deal in. Sickening. But we are expecting a deal this week. You know, we are expecting that. I've been expecting it for a long time. 41 days, guys. Crikey, 41 days. That's insane, isn't it? 41 days we've been going on about this Mbeumo business. could have had this done 41 days ago if we had any bottle about us, if we were able to swoop and get in there and get the negotiations done and weren't prepared to just sack it off for a whole month or more in regards to saving a couple of extra million. That is classic Glazer shithouse tactics and Ineos shithouse tactics. Look at what these Ineos shithouses have done since they've come in, really. Penny pinching and scrimping and scraping. That's all they've done, and this is probably no different. They don't mind signing him a bit later. They don't have to pay the wages to him then if they can sign him later. Also, if they can save a few million quid by making everybody wait and wait and wait, then they will. Scumbags, lad. You know, for a start, we should have had 2 or 3 more players coming into this team for this summer. By now, 100%, like, what's going on? Still got a gash-tastic, flubber-handed mess of a keeper in the sticks. Still got Gashmus Boyland up top there as our biggest striking option. Are you taking the absolute Michael? I mean, come on. Gashmus Boyland up top there on his own. Is that the plan, is it? Surely not. Surely we've got to get rid of this mug. And surely we've got to get somebody up there with a bit of goal-scoring prowess. Bit of bollocks about him, you know? Goodness me, I'd take a fucking 50-year-old Vardy over Gashmus Boyland right now. They need to do something. They're not doing anything. It's actually kind of pathetic. But anyway, it's an expectation that there could be a bid this week. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Let's hope that happens. And as I said, Fab says that we are in talks. We are continuing these talks. And we've sort of got to the stage where they're going to try and agree the deal before they've actually submitted the third bid, obviously, because they don't want to be seen getting a third bid rejected either. That would be calamitous. Yeah, Jonathan Gallagher, how you doing, lad? He says Cunha up front. Well, it may have to be that, lad. It's better than Højlund at the moment. If you look at the goal-scoring prowess of players like Cunha, he did bag like 15 goals last season. He has got an eye for goal. We do have a look at Mbeumo. If we get him in there as well, he scored 20. You know, these are goal scorers. These are guys that can put the ball in the back of the net, proven. So, yes, they could go up front. I think that's fair. And we've talked about maybe even doing something with a false 9, where we've got somebody a bit deeper, like a... you know, Bruno maybe with Mbeumo and Cunha playing off of him kind of thing, you know. It's possible there's a few things that you could do, but ideally you want to get an out-and-out number 9 who's got the confidence and the pressure and the ability to handle the pressure at United and the experience, you know, because obviously you're going to want somebody who's going to come in and not take time to have to learn the ropes and adapt like we did with Rasmus Højlund. And to be fair, if Rasmus Højlund... you know, was given a bit more time, you know, maybe he would be all right. He's only 22. But we haven't got time to wait and gamble on players who, you know, who may or may not turn out to be absolutely gash or not. So for me, he's had a couple of years of pretty ropiness. It's obvious we've got to replace him. Anyway, we've not done that. We've not done that. So it is what we call in the industry a true calamity. Oh, don't Berber, lad. Don't Berber, lad. Berber, no. Can just see us lining up first game of the season with Rasmus and Onana starting. Oh, God, no. That makes me feel a little bit queasy, that does. But I can actually see that too. I could see that too, mate, yeah. I mean, it would be crazy, but I could see it too. Yeah, the thought that Mbeumo is going to be used to announce the new kit makes me sick. I hate these owners. Do you reckon that's what it is? So I think, isn't it the 16th? The 16th of July is when the new kit's supposed to be released, I believe. I think they've been teasing that on social media for a little while. And, you know, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Are they waiting to just get that done literally that day or the day before and then sell a load of shirts that say Mbeumo on the back? I mean, you might be right, mate. I wouldn't put it past these shithouse Glazers and Ineos mounts at the moment, Matt. I really wouldn't. Oh, Luke, mate. Honestly, Jackson incoming. I think I'd rather Janet Jackson incoming at the moment. You know, to do a halftime show, a halftime song rather than Nicholas Jackson coming, mate. I don't know. Nicholas Jackson is just a little bit of a headless chicken, and I don't want Chelsea's reject there, lad. You know, he's not clinical either. And then again, just to be clear, he is much better than Rasmus Højlund, but that's not hard, is it? You know, you could basically get a pair of boots and a shirt and socks and shorts for my ball bag, and it'd probably do just as good as a job as Rasmus Højlund up top there, in all fairness, lad. You know, a detached ball bag would probably be better. So, let's be honest, he is awful, and so Jackson would actually be an improvement. But I still think we have to go for a little bit higher than that, don't we? Jackson's too expensive. Yeah, plus he's not even all that, really. I've always thought he's very much a headless chicken. Never been impressed with him myself. Afternoon, Johnny. Would I take Grealish? Not anymore. No, the reason for that is because we're already signing Mbeumo and Cunha. And we've got Bruno, we've got Ahmad, we've got Xerxes, we've got Mount, all these players. What's that all about? You know, where are all these players going to play? Grealish can't play left wing back for us, can he? He can't play striker. Well, I guess he could, but he's not a striker. His position in Ruben Amorim's system would be probably like the left-sided 10, the left-sided cam. That's where he'd have to play. But we've already got Cunha for that role now, and we're signing Mbeumo. So not anymore. If we couldn't get Mbeumo, then, you know, maybe, because it would be a decent addition. I do rate Grealish actually as a player, but as far as the positions that we need to look to strengthen, Grealish isn't really it. We've got to look at getting a striker in. We've got to look at getting a goalie in. So it's not really the position I would look to strengthen right now. But I do rate him, to be honest. I know a lot of people don't, but I do rate him. When he was at Villa, he was absolutely brilliant. And obviously he's won everything there is to win at City, but he's just played like a bit part role. But no, he's a good player, isn't he? He's a good player. But he's not right up there or anything. It's not like we're going to be getting a player who's guaranteed to come in and do great. That's the thing. Okay, so let's have a look at the rest of sort of some of the stuff that has come out today. So Mbeumo deal is gash, isn't it, guys? In fact, let's just read a couple more comments out about this before we move on. Thank you, Luke CX. He says, love the stream and the community. Oh, thank you very much. We've got 320 legends in here right now in the community watching. Thank you to all the live legends. We've got 112 likes on the stream. That's a 1 in 3 ratio of people who've liked the video. That's almost as bad as Rasmus Højlund, but not quite. Do us a favour and hit the likes on the stream if you're just joining the video. Every like helps the channel out. Also, get yourself subscribed if you're new. We're on here daily with the latest Manchester United goings on. Nice one. Right, let's have a look at this then, guys. So, Andre Onana confirmed again late night by Fab yesterday, a little bit behind everyone, but obviously we discussed it yesterday on the show, that Andre Onana's expected to be out for several weeks. There are reports of 4 to 6 weeks that Andre Onana's out, but the player remains focused on staying at Manchester United. There's someone just don't want to. One do want Andre. You know, I hope he doesn't stay. I hope we can get him gone, but reality bites. He probably won't be able to be sold because, well, he's on decent money and he's a bit of a gash keeper, and there's probably not that many teams that are super interested in signing Andre Onana right now. Probably rather sign Andre 3000 or Andre the Giant, in all fairness. So not exactly up on people's lists there, I don't think, there to sign Andre. But, yep, Fab said that, you know, he's expecting to stay at United. I kind of agree with what Berber said. I could see us definitely on the first day of the season lining up with Andre Onana and Rasmus Højlund in the team, and that would be truly pathetic and a sign of things to come of another gash season. The way United go forward this season is by replacing these melters, these proven melters. We're not just singling out players because, you know, we for the hell of it. We're singling out because they have been proven to do it over a couple of year period now, when they're not up to the task of doing it for United. I mean, Flubberhands Onana makes errors galore. We already had a proven beast in David De Gea, and we let him go because that Erik ten Hag melter, and we signed an error-prone melter instead, who is even more error-prone. And let's face it, David De Gea was not that error-prone in comparison. David De Gea was a beast of a goalie for us. Loved De Gea. It's basically my favourite player when we had him. He was awesome. Why the hell did we ever let him go? But look at this. Errors leading to goals for Man United. So De Gea made 17 errors that led to goals, right, for opposition teams in 12 years at the football club. Andre Onana has made 10 errors leading to goals for opposition, opposition teams, opposition players in 2 years. So, I mean, if you look at that sort of statistic, if you look at that trend, the way it's going, in another 2 years' time, he'll have made about 20 errors, which is 3 more than David De Gea managed in 12. I mean, come on. You have to say that these are just unacceptable. And the funny thing is that people used to actually go on about David De Gea like he was some error-prone goalie. Do you know what? Well, shame on you. Shame on you, everybody that was slagging off David De Gea back in the day. Because David De Gea, best keeper we've had since Edwin, you know. Which wasn't that long before, but you know what I mean. Best, he's a great keeper. Great keeper, and he's still going to be a great keeper for Fiorentina. And we've got Andre Onana, Flubberhands in goal, who makes errors galore and has made almost as many bloody errors as David De Gea has in this time. You know, just in 2 years, and it's just crazy, isn't it? Thank you so much for that super chat there, lad. Hang on a second. Where is it? There it is. Rock of Bolton. Get the fuck in there, Rock of Bolton, you legend. Can we smash them raw? Love in the chat there for Rock of Bolton. Thank you for that, lad. He says, if we keep Onana, our system is fucked. Yeah. I mean, everything is. It's like the overall way in which we're going to approach the season is different, I think. If you've got a really good goalkeeper who's confident, it has a knock-on effect. It has a positive effect. Maybe you can take a few more extra risks. Whatever. It definitely gives your teammates more confidence, the team more confidence, and just the manager more confidence that you're going to win more games and make less errors. And, you know, what you don't need is United to have good performances and then still not get the results because of flubberhand. You know, it's one thing if you're getting done 4-0, you're getting pumped, and Andre Onana then makes an error. You know, whatever. It doesn't make much of a difference. But the problems are occurring when we can get results in games where I don't know, we saw it loads last season where there's times when Andre Onana's just made errors which have taken us out of the game or given us a massive hill to climb. And you don't need it. You don't need it. You need someone who's solid, obviously. So from that perspective, Andre needs to be replaced. We have to go and get a replacement goalkeeper. Yes, he's only injured for a few weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, whatever. This is a perfect opportunity for United to go and replace this melt and try somebody else for pre-season. Yes, we'll probably end up playing in, I don't know, whoever, one of our youngsters there, or Bayender, Heaton, whoever in the pre-season. But really, it'd be nice to get somebody else in and play them. And then Andre Onana can be moved on in the future whenever we can get rid of him, because he does make too many errors. And, you know, we have to address the problem areas in the team, and that is one big problem area for us. We got a wacky inflatable tube man as a goalkeeper, you know? It's crazy. I say we transfer him away this summer to the American hand car wash. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. To the American hand car wash, so he could be a wacky inflatable tube man outside the car wash, you know, and draw people into the complex, you know. That's it. That's what his future holds, I believe. But as a goalkeeper for Man United, I don't think it's realistic. Not at all. So lots of errors there from Andre. Errors leading to goals. It's a disgrace. He must be replaced. He's expected to stay, though. And I think we probably will be seeing him starting the season. I just had enough of him, though. Smasher 1 in the chat if you've had enough of Andre. You know, Smasher 1 if you've had enough. Because ultimately, he has cost us a lot of games. Do you think Onana's throwing games for money? I don't really think that, Danny B. No. But it is concerning how many errors he makes. Roma leading the race for Richard Rios. I know. We've seen that. Yeah, I know United history. It's Gash, lad. We should be going in there, lad. We should be going in for him. A good keeper can save at least 9 points. Oh, 100%. It can be the difference between winning games and losing games. Literally, goalkeepers, the best goalkeepers, the ones who make the most amount, highest percentage of, you know, saves, and also percentages of maybe saves they shouldn't be making. You know, those are the great keepers, and it does have a big effect on you as a team. It really does. We've seen some outstanding goalkeeper performances in individual tournaments that have taken teams right to the final to win it, like Peter Schmeichel in '92 for Denmark, or, you know, Martinez for Argentina in the World Cup just gone. You know, there's lots of occasions where a goalie's had an incredible period of games and it's made a massive difference in the team, and without them, they'd be screwed. Without their key few games, few saves, Donnarumma's another one for PSG this season. You know, PSG, without Donnarumma, I don't think win that Champions League personally. He made some outstanding saves. Yes, okay, the team's amazing and they're still going to score goals and everything, but the actual goalie, having that strong base, is so important, and it gives you not only ability to win games. These saves are as good as goals. They really are. If you make an outstanding save that shouldn't really be made, then that's as good as a goal. It really is. And if you're actually making errors that lead to opposition goals, that's as good as an own goal, in my opinion. So that's it. You want somebody who's going to be saving you lots and lots of chances in the season, winning you points, not somebody that's going to be chucking own goals away or whatever, you know, and losing you points. There you go. Elliot says Andre Onana's mistakes have cost us at least 21 points in the season. I don't know if it's quite that high, is it, Elliot? But maybe over the course of the last 2. But certainly, if you think about his league performances, you know, there's a lot of errors in there. And actually, that's just, I'm guessing you're just talking about the league. If you actually, or maybe you're including Europa League, I don't know, but if you actually think about Europe as well, goodness me, there was a couple of absolute clangers by Andre in Europe, wasn't there? Some serious There it is. Neone says, why are you mad on the thumbnail pig? Why the hell do you think they're Neone? I'll tell you why. Because it's the 13th of July. We've got our first game against Leeds United in 6 days. We've only signed Mateus Cunha at the start of the window. We've still got the Glazer shithouses in charge with Glenios and Ineos and these melts on tow. We are in a similar position to where we were last season squad-wise, apart from we've got less players. We've not replaced a few outgoing players, which, you know, no big deal, I guess. We've got less competition to play in. But still, we are in a position where we'll be starting pre-season soon without any new players in the squad. It's 41 days since we've started negotiating with Mbeumo with Brentford. 41 days. And we still haven't been able to get that deal done. All the other clubs are making lots of signings. All the other clubs are making great strides. All the clubs that finished high up there in the league are making strides to improve their position. And Man United are left pulling our plonker all summer long. That's why I'm pissed off, lad. That's why I'm annoyed in the thumbnail, mate. Because it is a debacle of a situation, mate. It is a joke. They are taking the piss. Yes, Jonathan. Stay on FC. Get these shitty low-quality human owners out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Sir Rat out. Love that, lad. Thank you so much. Yes, Onana responsible for taking United to the bottom of their CL group. Yeah, remember that the first season he was in it? He made a couple of absolute clangers and cost us and got us out the group, mate. What a twat. I remember that, mate. Disgrace. Couple of absolute horrendous games. Sharon Atkinson, thank you so much for your super chat there, you legend. Says, is there an Ineos strategy for the team? Yeah. The Ineos strategy is this. Don't spend a penny on these wankers. You know what I mean? That's what they probably going to be doing. I don't know. What is their strategy? It doesn't look good, whatever their strategy is. If they wanted to really improve us, they would have done a lot of business early doors and invested, even using outside sources. Who cares if we lost 100 million this fucking summer by not getting the Champions League football we should have done? You know, they should be investing in buying players anyway. If we're 15th in the league and we're so many points off of first place, we finish with half the points of Liverpool, 42 points behind them. If that's the case and that's the reality, then boy, oh boy, you best be putting your hand in your pocket early doors in the summer, regardless of where we are, regardless of what we're doing, regardless of how much cash you've got, you know, in the coffers at United and how much you want to fucking take out. You know, ultimately, they've been no outside investment in Manchester United, really, apart from if you count Ineos when they bought the Glazers shithouses out of, 26% or whatever the hell it was in the end now to get into the into bed with the Glazers, and that's injected, you know, lots of money into the club. But other than that, like, where's the actual money being invested in this team? They still haven't been prepared to do it. And actually, they're prepared to actually let this Mbeumo deal drag on just to save a few mil or, you know, structurally appease them rather than get him in early doors. And that is just outright wrong, because they should have just paid an extra few million more and we've had a nice, settled, good time for the pre-season. That's what we're saying here. Get a free transfer? Well, that's probably what's going to happen, isn't it, with these skint melts, these Ineos melters, scrimping and saving every which way they can. We'll probably just end up with, like, who knows, Sergio Reguilon, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You know, Reguilon's not bad. I saw he's available on a free, but come on, where's the ambition, melts? Thank you, Man United Greek fan. I appreciate you, lad. Onana cost us Bayern and Galatasaray. Yo, yeah. Francisco, he says, how many players do you think Man United will sign besides Cunha? You think 2 more signings, but we need at least 4 more. Ooh, how many more do you think we'll sign? That's a great question. Honestly, I don't think that many now. I do think we'll sign 2 more, though. I have to agree with you. I have to think that we'll sign Mbeumo, right, which is another one. And then beyond that, I've got to think minimum we have to sign a striker. Surely we've got to get some goals up there in the number 9 position. And if not that, and the intention is to play, I don't know, some sort of system where Cunha or Mbeumo or whoever's playing up front, Bruno Fernandes at 10, whatever, then a goalie. So, yeah, at least 2 more. At least 2 more, but ideally 3 or 4, like you say. We could do with certainly a couple of more players beyond that, the likes of Richard Rios in the midfield to bolster our options there, and maybe a wing-back. Thank you so much for your question there, Francisco. And Ryan Underdown getting in here raw says, if Ineos had a strategy, it would be buy out the Glazers. Hard to turn around a club with parasitic ownership. That's right, yeah, I mean, I guess that may be their intention, is to sort of incrementally, you know, buy them out. But so far, they are, you know, they're the minority shareholder in the Glazer shit show. That's what they are. All they've done is just got in bed with the Glazers. They were free in the bed and the little one said, roll over, and now they're just rolling over for the Glazers shithouses, basically, because ultimately the final decision lies with the Glazers, doesn't it? Omar Barada, we have a plan. I wonder what the plan is. Sack it off all summer long and dip into the free transfer market at the end of the window, probably. 17 likes away from 200. Thank you, Stephanie Griffith. Yes, that's awesome. Do us a favour and smash that like then. Help us get to 200 likes. We need 17 of you legends to hit the sub. Also, if you happen to be new to the channel, have stumbled across this channel for the first time, do us a big favour. There's a red button down there. It says subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We're on here daily with the latest United updates. And, you know, we'll cover all the latest goings on. So have your say and get involved, my friends. Have your say and get involved. Yes, you know it. Get Palhinha in for only 30 million from Bayern. I love it, mate. I love it. I like the link. I'm a fan of it. I like it. Yep, Berber says there's 49 days of the window left. It's 40 days since our first Mbeumo bid. Yeah, I know. 41 days. 41 days, isn't it? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. 41 days, mate. It's insane. Gungshi, how you doing, you legend? Get in there, my son. What's good there, Gungshi? Gungshi, what could you do in 41 days? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. 41 days, lads and lasses. That's a long time to be negotiating for anyone, especially Brentford, with Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo. I feel like that is just an insane amount of time to spend negotiating for a player like that from a really small club. No disrespect to Brentford, but crikey, surely if we'd have actually made a decent offer in regards to upfront money, they would have just accepted it a while ago. 65 million upfront, there it is, bang, take it or leave it. They're not going to leave it, are they? But United wanted to structure things differently, like we did with Wolves. You know, Wolves a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more malleable to deal with in terms of negotiations. And we're prepared to accept a deal over 2 years for Matheus Cunha. Brentford not prepared to do that, but that's what United want. We always want to try and, you know, offset costs right now and pay down the line in the future. And that is not ideal. When is Timo Shafter back from Benidorm to sort this out? Very soon, lad. Timo needs to get his skates on, doesn't he? That's it, really. To be fair, Mbeumo is Timo Shafter's client, and ultimately, Timo Shafter's just been chilling in Benny, lad. So he's not even been looking at his phone or anything. So, to be fair, once he's back at it, the deal will go through, you know what I mean? It's just waiting on Timo, really. We have been so shambolic this transfer window, it's utter madness. 41 days, that's almost 7 weeks. Oh, goodness me. Could do a lot in that time. Definitely. The new away kit's out soon. They're timing it for that. Yeah, I think the 16th of July that it comes out. It would be interesting if they did announce it the day before or the day of, just to shift as many Mbeumo kits as they can, the shithouses. Yeah, 100%. Well, it depends what the third bid is, really, Aaron. Like, obviously, if the third bid from Man United is 55 million plus 7.5 million plus an extra 12p a week if Mbeumo hits the post once a game, 3 games in a row. For, you know, whatever, you know, it depends on what the deal is, obviously. Like, surely we're not going to go in with a silly bid this time. I think it's got to be something like, it's either got to be like around about 65 million up front, or maybe a little bit more if it's structured over, you know, a little bit of time, like with a bonus later on, or X amount over 12 months, whatever. Like, for instance, 62.5 plus 5. That's 67.5 million. That is an insane amount of cash to pay for Mbeumo. It is. But to get him in and get it done, what's the harm in it? And you're going to pay 5 mil down the line anyway, or just 65 million up front, or ideally even a little bit less than that up front. We had a 55 million and 7.5 million bid rejected. So I don't see why they couldn't just sweeten that a little bit and get the agreement in place. But, you know, I mean, so if you're just joining the stream, there's 400 legends in here. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining the stream, let's go back to what we were talking about at the start of the show then. I mean, there is a little bit of news in regards to Garnacho as well, quickly. Actually, I'll just cover that before we go back onto the Mbeumo stuff, actually. But Alejandro Garnacho's plan remains clear. He wants to continue in the Premier League this summer. His chapter at Manchester United is closed, but he wants to stay in the Premier League. Oh, come on, Alejandro. Do one, lad. Nobody wants you in the Premier League for a start. Surely this guy's been humbled. Humbled like his hairdresser, who gave him that calamity of a hairdo. But seriously, what is happening with Garnacho? Why is nobody bidding for him? He's obviously not as good as he makes out, is he? People aren't looking at him going, 50 million quid, yeah. Oh, that's a good value deal. No, they're looking around going at players who are a bit more mature, a bit more experience, also less of a prat. Maybe they're looking at players like, Kudu for 55 million. Maybe they're looking at even Madueke, for 55 million. Players like this that have been going. What does that say for Alejandro Garnacho when he's left on the scrap heap and Madueke's moving for 55 million? It's all about attitude, isn't it? Alejandro Garnacho has a stinking attitude, mate. A real stinker of an attitude. So he wants to stay in the Premier League. There has been strong links with Chelsea in particular this summer from the Premier League. There's been one or two links with the likes of Aston Villa, and that's mostly because Emery probably be quite a good fit there, or he'd be a good fit for Emery. But also, we are interested in a couple of their players, like Watkins, Martinez, their goalkeeper maybe. So for that reason, there's a little bit of a link. But if he wants to stay in the Premier League, I guess it's going to have to be Chelsea, and I guess his desire would be to go and play for those Chelsea shithouses instead of Man United. What a scumbag. If that's the case, we have to be compensated well. We have to be given at least, 10 million, 15 million extra than what we would get from a different club, certainly a team in Italy or Spain or somewhere like that. Because it's the Chelsea shithouses, and they charged us freaking 60 million or whatever it was for Mason Mount, these mugs. They've had us over the barrel, these melts. So we don't do any nice business with Chelsea. Plus, anyway, they're not coming in for a bid for him right now anyway, are they? The amount of money involved, it's just too it's too much, really, I think, for the player. But we'll see if there is a bid in there for him soon from the likes of Chelsea or a Premier League side. But it might be wishful thinking from Garnacho. There may be a case of him going to Italy. We've heard, that there could be interest from Napoli or different teams. But for me, he's just one of those players that, eat your humble pie alongside Luke Shaw there, Alejandro. Because you're not as good as you thought you were. If you were that good, then there would be a host of clubs lining up right now to pay 50 or 60 million pounds to take him away. But there aren't. And I think it's a lot down to his attitude, a lot down to his ego, a lot down to his posting Aston Villa shirts online, a lot down to his comments that he made after the Europa League final, a lot down to how he's handled himself in the media and professionally. I think it's a lot down to his gashtastic haircut. I think it's a lot down to his prison break tattoos. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot. I'm joking about the prison break tattoos, but he does actually have prison break tattoos. That's actually not. I'm not saying his tattoos look like they're prison tats. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he has tattoos from the TV show Prison Break tattooed on his body, mate. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So anyway, look, obviously Alejandro Garnacho to go this summer would be nice for us. He's one of those, the toxic trio. It's like the shittest superheroes you've ever heard. You know what I mean? It's not the Fantastic Four. It's not the Famous Five. No, it's the toxic trio. And it is Garnacho, Rashford and Sancho. What could their crime-fighting abilities be, guys? I don't know. It's interesting. They defeat criminals with with barbs of nasty social media posts. You know what I mean? They just absolutely just dispel these crims with nasty words. I don't know, guys, but either way, they are a bit of a toxic trio. And in my opinion, they shouldn't really be at United this season going ahead in any capacity. So if we can't sell them, it's best off just to loan them, get them away. Because what they're going to do, they're not going to be introduced back into the first team. They're going to be like training on their own, or I don't know, playing reserve games, whatever. Like they're all going to have to go in some capacity. So like Sancho right now, is he going to go to Juventus? Probably not. It's going to be hard to maybe reach an agreement there in terms of his personal terms. He can just sack it off for an extra year at United. If he does go, great. But if not, then we're going to have to eat a financial turd sandwich and let him go on loan with probably just X amount of percentage of his wages covered. And that's going to be the same for most of the players there. It's better to get them all gone on loan than it is to keep them around. Those are the facts, financially and just spiritually. It's better to get them gone, isn't it? It's not an ideal. We want to sell them. We want to get money. We want to try and actually recoup some cash and reinvest that into other parts of the team. And we can do that if we sell those guys. Like if we can get 35, 40 million for Rashford, 50 million for Garnacho, £2.50 for Jadon Sancho, then that's, the best part of 100 million right there that we've got. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a nice nest egg to strengthen the rest of the team that we need. But we probably won't do that. We'll probably just ended up loaning out these melts because they're unsaleable. But anyway, he apparently wants a Premier League stay. I don't really care anymore. But if he's going to go to Chelsea, they best have to pay well for him. protoplasmic invertebrate jellies. That's exactly what they are. Exile them until their contracts expire. Spiritually, yeah, definitely. Spiritually speaking, it's better for Manchester United not to have these guys around the gaff, because they are going to be negative influences. They are going to be somewhat toxic. At the end of the day, if you don't have everybody pulling in the same direction and, backing the manager 100%, then that's going to cause rifts and problems there. They can't even be introduced into first team training or, go on the tour, in my opinion. There's an element of, let's put Garnacho in the shop window, but I don't think we really should be taking any of these players on tour. They should be left back at Carrington, twiddling their todgers. That's what they should be doing, which is what they do best anyway after these players. Jadon, Garnacho, Rashford, they're lazy. I don't think you could say the same about Garnacho on the pitch. Garnacho seems to work hard on the pitch for me, but the other guys, lazy on the pitch. Okay, right, we're going to get back into the, let's just discuss the latest Mbeumo stuff. I'm just going to go and check on social media very quickly if there's any new updates that have come out during this show. There's a link at the top of the chat. Give us a repost on X. Give us a follow at Flying Pig United. We'll shout everyone out there over there in a minute. I'm just going to have a quick look, see if there's any news updates from any of the main journalists that have come out during this live show. No, just a bit more on Richard Rios, that United have registered an interest in Rios, but ultimately Roma are doing the lead in terms of who's interested in him. Hang on a second, there is another update from Sky Sports Premier League as well, but it's just the same as what we said earlier, to be fair. But let me get it up on screen anyway. It's another update here from Sky Sports Premier League, which says, here it is. Sorry, guys, 2 seconds. Which is just the same as what we were discussing earlier anyway. But let's talk about the Mbeumo stuff then, guys, very quickly. We're just going to do a rundown of what we've discussed in this video so far for anybody who's just getting in, as we've got 400-odd legends in here now. Keep hitting the likes. Get your thoughts in. Q&A in a minute as well. We're going to have a big Q&A shortly, so stick around. But for now, we're just going to cover the Mbeumo news again for anybody who missed it. So there are reports going around that United remain optimistic about signing Brentford forward Bryan Mbeumo. An improved offer is expected soon, with one source suggesting it could arrive this week. Brentford have thought to value the player around £65 million. Okay, and Fabrizio last night said that United remain in active talks for Bryan Mbeumo this weekend, hopefully to get green light by the end of next week. The player maintains his word. He wants to join Man United, not entertaining talks with other clubs. And then this is the report that was just on that Sky Sports Premier League one anyway, which was from Sky Sports Chef, that says that United remain hopeful of securing a deal for Mbeumo, and improved offers expected soon, with one source suggesting it could arrive this week. Brentford are believed to be holding out for £65 million. The outcome may hinge on the structure and conditions of the deal, as United's previous offer was reportedly close to the total valuation. Close to the total valuation, but structurally garish. Okay, so that's the latest there on Mbeumo. There was one other thing I didn't actually was going to talk about, which was just a link, very speculative link. Everton have opened talks with Juventus for Douglas Luiz. So United were maybe linked to this guy a little bit. I would take him, to be fair, if he was available, just to bolster options in that midfield. Give us somebody who's a bit more, good for the number 6 role as well. But the Premier League club would move fast, keen to beat the ground competition. So maybe Douglas Luiz to Everton is an interesting link as well there, from a player that's been linked to us previously. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get into the live chat now. Let's just have a raw chat, you legends. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. There is no other updates today. We're still waiting for an Mbeumo Here We Go or an Ornstein Bomber. We're still waiting for that, guys, and I think we'll be waiting another few days at least, because we're gash in the transfer market. We're truly gash. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat. Oh, yeah, before I do, I'm going to shout out the legends who've reposted us on X. Thank you to the 8 heroes who have reposted the stream. Thank you to Aaron, Aidan Vickery, Francois Cock, Paul Nangle, John Boy Cat, Kane, Berber, and the Butcher of Manchester. Manchester, mad for it. Let's get stuck into the live chat then, legends. Thank you very much for that, guys. I appreciate all of you for reposting us there. Have your say then. It is Q&A time. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. When do you think Mbeumo's getting done? It wouldn't surprise me if it was on the 16th when that new shirt is being released. That's classic Glazer shithousery, isn't it? You'd prefer Sonia Jackson instead of Nicholas Jackson. Romano just repeats himself. Well, I mean, it's much of the same, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in terms of a revelation that's happened. It is just more of the same. Waiting for the Panini stickers to come out. Oh, yeah, lovely. Which sauce? Is it Luke Shaw's tomato and brown sauce for his morning bacon butty? Oh, it might be. We all know the only sauce he has is liquid cheese. You're not holding my breath this week for any good news? Nah, fair one. I still expect it will be before the Leeds game, and I expect him to be on the plane around the 21st, 22nd for when we go to America. Honestly, that's what I think. Smash a yes in the chat if you agree with what I've just said, that you do have the optimism that this deal will be done before we leave for America, meaning he will be here, official, done, signed, medical completed, done, paperwork exchange, sat next to the manager, signing the contract, done, and on the plane, going to America. Have your say. I have to say yes, because if not, then it's the stupidest bit of business by United, because we have to get him in there to work with the new team and prepare for the new season. It would be just so foolish not to do that. So I have to believe that. Let's see what you guys are saying, though. Do you think it will happen? Yes, says Nash. Yes. No, says Chris Wheatley. Yes. Nope. Yes. No. He's crocked. The deal is set to go through on the 17th. Yes, surely. No, says Superstar. No way, Jose. Paul Warby. Owalabi says yes. Nah, no. 17th would be interesting, Jamie. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe, hopefully a little bit before then, like maybe the 16th. But like you say, yeah, 17th sounds about right as well, to be fair. Like, it's going to be, that's 4 days from now. Surely if they can get maybe an agreement reached in the next 48 hours, then he can have his medical. Like we've discussed Mbeumo and his, you know, he's supposed to be going back to first team training for Brentford tomorrow. That's supposed to be tomorrow. That's the plan. Now, I'm sure, I don't know what's going to go on. Is he going to go back to first team training? Will he still be there? That's the question. My opinion is United need to get at least some sort of an agreement in place with Brentford before then, so we can just take away that whole situation. He shouldn't be going back to Brentford training, is what I'm saying. He should be coming to join United. He should be having a couple of extra days off, waiting for United to get this deal done, come in for the medical, and then join in Manchester United. So, yeah, I've got to be honest. I've got to say, I think the Mbeumo deal gets done in the next 4 days. That's what I think. It just doesn't make any other sense time frame wise for the tour or for pre-season to wait and get the deal done in a couple of weeks' time or something for less money. Even if you do have to pay a couple of extra mil right now, it just makes the most sense to get him for the new manager. As a subscriber from Leeds, how do you use the see the game next week? Hey, your emoji's very appropriate there, lad. Because Leeds is shit, mate. Hey-oh! Get in there, my son! No, to be honest, Dad, we're going to batter you, aren't we? But it's going to be one of those grudge games. You just never know. You know, Leeds will probably injure about 3 of our players in that game, mate, even though it's a friendly. Who knows, mate? But we're coming together in Stockholm, Sweden, to play a game of football. And we're going to batter you, lad. That's all I know. Actually, I'm not too confident. I must be honest. I'm not too confident right now with Man United against anyone. Leeds have got a chance, mate. Today, 3rd bid. Tomorrow, here we go. I hope so. Yeah, it could be a bid going in there tonight or tomorrow, and then a here we go in the next 48 hours or something. I guess, I mean, there could even be a here we go at any stage from now. Of course they could. If Man United are working on things behind the scenes with Brentford and they can reach an agreement, you know, there could be a here we go any moment. So we just got to remain positive on that and wait for it, I guess. If we're going to go for a goal-scoring 10th, then Jackson makes sense, but not more than 30-ish million. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I guess we'd take him to bolster options in the team, but he's not my favourite, and certainly not for big money. No, it'd have to be very cheap. Very, very cheap indeed. I don't know if maybe there's a want for Man United to try and do something with Garnacho in the opposite direction. Like, for instance, if they gave us 50 million plus Nicholas Jackson for Garnacho, I would be up for that, definitely. Because it's good money that we'll be receiving there, maybe paying a bit less because they can chuck in one of their scrap heap players, somebody they just want to get rid of. So, yeah, okay, they're not going to get the money for Nicholas Jackson from it, but it just sweetens the deal for us. They don't have to pay as much. Maybe it could happen. But other than that, I don't think we're going to go and spend our hard-earned cash. I say hard-earned cash, but you know what I mean. Glazer's shithousery on it. Daniel McHale, thank you so much there, you legend, for the super chat. He says, sell Rash, Garn, Santos before buying anyone. Daniel, I rate that. That's what we're going to have to do. But still, we should try and buy somebody else first, in my opinion, to replace the likes of, you know, Højlund up top there at striker or goalie or whatever. And those players outgoing Rash, Garnacho, Santos, I'm guessing you mean Anthony Dos Santos, Anthony Dos Gestos. Yeah, so to Real Betis, that is a big possibility still. They're trying to get the funds together. He wants to go there. There's even reports he'd be prepared to take a little bit of a pay cut to join them. So we'll see. That might well still be able to happen this summer, but maybe not. Sancho, again, Juventus had the interest there. I mean, I've seen reports, depends who you listen to, but there was a report from Graham Bailey that said that Juventus have now decided that they can't reach an agreement or whatever with Sancho and that they're moving on. Let's hope there's still some legs in that Juventus deal, but I did see that report from Graham Bailey last night, which is a bit concerning. Garnacho, again, hard to sell, lots of money, bad attitude, big ego. Our team's going to want him. And then Rashford, well, again, it's just the finances involved make it very, very difficult. So it's going to actually be hard still to sell all of those players, you know, Daniel. I hope we can sell them all, but it's going to be very difficult to sell them. The volume's low. Turn your speaker up there, Paula. Turn your speaker up. The volume's friggin' fine. The volume's low. Volume's well loud on my phone. What phone are you using? Fucking Nokia 3310. Come on. Turn your speaker up. It's too warm in the UK, says Bradley. Oh, yeah, it's got up to 28.9 degrees now in the sty. Onana staying. Who wants a crooked keeper now? Tough to sell, mate. Hard sell. But still, we have to go and get a goalkeeper. If we're going to actually be serious this season, let's make strides. Let's go and get Martinez. Let's go and get Acosta. Even somebody who's a younger with maybe more potential, somebody who might be great in the future. Like we've talked about Garnacho, we've talked about Chevalier. These sorts of guys. Like, it's better than Andre Onana. Are we really going to go into the new season with Andre Onana in the sticks? That would be insane. What's the definition of insanity, guys? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So what the hell are we expecting by having Onana in the team? We're just expecting what? Him to miraculously turn into prime Buffon. It's not going to happen. He's going to be still the same melty, lacking confidence, making errors, meltbag that he always has been. That's just how it's going to be. Volume's fine. Thank you very much. Yes. George Best, Jack Black's son. Oh, man. Speakers from Temu. Big ups there, Tottenham Ranger. Yeah, they're on their old Temu speakers. I'd turn it up. Just auction these 5 players off to the best bidder and be done with it. Onana, injured or not, can't tell the difference. True, he'd probably be more effective. Just lay down. You know what I mean? Just lay him down in the 6-yard box. Yes, feels like he signed already. It's been that long. Sir Jim don't have a clue. No, he is pretty silly at the moment, mate. He's coming across pretty silly with a lot of what's going on. Jamie says, I do agree your volume is lower than a lot of other channels. Interesting, Jamie. Well, yeah, people keep telling me this. But then when I listen to it back and stuff, it sounds fine. So I don't really get it. I think people have just got gash speakers, mate. But I'll have a look into it. I keep saying this and I keep trying to look into it. But I can't find any fault with it, lad. The green bar's going all the way up to the top, lad. You know? Piggy in the oven. Vardy's looking more and more likely. I would not say no, but not to be our number one. As an addition, as a goal-scoring option, brilliant. But not to be our number one. Oh, is it ending today? I love it, to be fair, you know. I'm part Greek, guys. I'm 25% Greek. My grandmother was from Athens. And she married an Englishman, and my mum was the fruit of their loins. And therefore, I am... And my mother then married an Englishman, and so therefore I am one... quarter, no, yeah, 1/4 Greek, guys, yeah. That's what I am. So, you know, I like a bit of heat. I like a bit of Mediterranean vibes. This is nice and warm right now, and I'm loving it. Not in the sty, but outside the sty, I'm loving it. So, yeah, sounds fine. Thank you, Berber. I appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback there, guys. Sir Jim was never going to fix a thing. Which Sir Jim you talking about there, lad? Superstar says, I agree, it's lower lately, Piggy. Well, that's cash, isn't it, Superstar? I don't know. People might be deaf. Hi, can we please acknowledge how rubbish this transfer window's been? Barely any business. It's the gaseous window outside of, Marwell Zoo's monkey enclosure that gets covered with several kilograms of shite every single day. It's the gaseous window outside of that, lad. Volume's okay, your end. Get rid of Sancho, Rashford and Sancho. I get them hired to work for Uber Eats. Sounds fine. Nice one. Thank you, Links. Volume's fine. Sounds fine. Yeah, exactly. A lot of shouting during the season. Oh, exactly, Compost Smurf. That's right. So true. When I'm doing the watch-alongs, like, do you really want me going, that's Cashtastic in your ear when it's really, really loud? I don't think you do. So sorry for after you lost both doubles in final first time for a long time. Oh, shit, the bed, Dad. Paula. Radek Vitic needs a run out. Can get Callum Wilson for free? Yeah, I would not say no either. I know he's injury prone, but if he's prepared to sign on a 1-year contract or something as a backup, wouldn't say no as a backup. Not going to lie, I have to use headphones to hear you. Well, that's Gash Matty Braga, lad. I think you need to get a new phone. Get new speakers, whatever you have to do. You're half English and 3/4 Portuguese. Get in there, lad. 1 grand Greek equals quarter Greek. Yes, I'm a quarter Greek, sorry. I knew that. I knew I'm a quarter Greek. For some reason, I just had a melt brain moment. You have some Aussie blood in me. I still can't stand it. Oh, what? More like Eden Blyton's famous 5. Oh, yeah. The toxic trio of Gash. Leave out the quarter, Piggy. You're Greek to me, bro. Let's go, Man United Greek fan. Yeah, I'm also like 8% Scottish or something. Reports coming out of Italian journalists. United want to gazump the Richard Rios deal. I hope so, Billy Prout. I'm not holding my breath on that one. I personally think it's a bit of guff. But let's see. Richard Rios would be a good addition to our team. We should definitely go get him. From what I saw from him in the Club World Cup, I thought he was very good, very mobile, ball winning, good box-to-box midfielder. We could definitely do it. Ineos are an absolute joke. Yeah, all they've done is twiddle their todgers, lad. Minodi, you're 50% Indian, 25% Central Asian, 25% Chinese. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, that is a that is awesome. That's an interesting mix, isn't it? Quality. Your granddad was Greek too. You're 25% Greek. Oh, get in there, 25% Greek friends. Oh, 25% Greek friends. Oh, that's awesome. Volume definitely lower than usual, Pig. Please talk into the mic. No, I haven't got a new guitar, mate. No. Yeah, she's all good, mate. She's all good, absolutely. Who's winning final? Who's even in the final, Nas? I honestly, I haven't followed it at all this year. Who's even in the final? Djokovic, is he? Listen, I don't know, mate. I haven't even watched any of it this year. It's terrible, isn't it? Look like a Viking. I'll take that as a compliment, thank you. I have got a bit of Scandinavian in me as well, actually, yeah. Worst window I have seen for many a decade. Dallo, Fred and Lee Grant was an abysmal window. Oh, yeah. So was the Fellaini window. This is up there. Pig might have Timu Shata video on Sir Jim. You fully agree the audio's fine, but it's lower than other channels and the ads. Oh, okay, fair enough then. You need to sell 6 packs of Flying Pig mugs so we can smash them next year. Maybe I should sell a foam mug that you can chuck at your TV screen, that doesn't actually break your TV or the mug. Maybe I should sell a foam mug. That's quite a good idea, isn't it? Volume's good. Like a stress mug. Just fucking chuck this mug at the fucking telly when your team's doing shite. How many get well slowly cards Onana got? You're half English, Dan's Polish. Yeah, you know it. Pig Historios. My full name. So my English name's Joe, but my full Greek name is Faraklas Papadapalapadapatimou. That's my actual Greek name. That's not. Just joined. What's he talking about? Who knows, Barry Piguire, lad? I don't even know myself anymore. Hasn't Mbeumo signed for us yet? Not yet, mate, no. Hopefully in the next millennium. Although I do suspect Apple turn your volume down on your phone when you're near an upgrade date. Do you reckon, Jamie? Hi there, obey your master. What's happening, lad? An uncooked kebab in this weather. Proper awful. Oh, yeah, it's tough. Oh, yeah. Sinner is in the final. Oh, okay, yeah. Half Polish, half Puerto Rican. Get in there, lad. That's beautiful. Up the villa, you cheeky bastard. What will you be doing when you get to 100k subs? Just exactly the same as what I'm doing right now, mate. Just probably just doing this, I don't know, mate. We've got to have some sort of party, though, don't we? Sinner and Alcaraz, they're fantastic at the French Open. Should be good. Nice, mate. Nice, mate. More pirate vibes from Piggy. Super nice, chat. Mate. Son of Onana mug. Can't have hot tea in a foam mug, Pig. True, you just have to drink cold stuff out of it. What's wrong with people's phone volume? I don't know, mate. You need a new guitar. I was looking at guitars, actually. There was a Prime Day deals over the weekend, wasn't there? I was looking at guitars. Like, you could actually get, like, a Fender Squier Strat, which is only a beginner guitar. But I don't need a fancy, expensive guitar. You could actually get one for £100 new. They're usually like 140 or something. That was quite a good deal I saw. But I don't think it's on anymore anyway. I'm not getting a new one right now, lad. But they're just like, they're just basic cheap guitars anyway. They're not amazing guitars, but they're quite good. Mykonos, is your name actually Joe? It is, yes. My name is Joe. Your name is Baz. What about the sad Villa fans who only turn up when United visit, sort your lives out? Oh, I'm going to have to, aren't I? Linus Brambles. Hey, it's Zayn Miyasi. Zayn Miyasi in here with a super chat. You excited for Jackson and the Holy Land partnership? Yeah, somewhat, actually. That sounds amazing, to be fair, doesn't it? Jackson and Højlund up top. Oh, my goodness me. That sounds truly horrendous, doesn't it? No, I'm not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that. Hopefully we don't get Jackson. I know there are links with Jackson. I don't want Jackson. No, not at all. Rather Janet Jackson, rather Reggie Jackson, rather Michael Jackson, rather Jermaine Jackson, rather Tito Jackson. Any of the Jackson 5. Any of the Jackson 5. Rather Joe Jackson. I'd rather Billy Jackson. I'm out of Jacksons. I thought I'd be able to think of more Jacksons than that. I'm out of Jacksons, guys. Thank you, Sam Yassi there. Jesse Jackson. Oh. Any news on Marcus Rashford apology? Nah, mate. No. He was near Villa Park the other day. Live Aid need to get involved. Oh, shit, really. Got some mugs with Smash Me written on them. Your guitar's a runt fodder. Volume's okay. Thank you, Sharon Atkinson. You see, it's fine for some people with actual reputable speakers on their devices. Get yourself a banjo. Thank you. Yes, good idea. New shirts from Taiwan. I can get you a shirt to Taiwan if you want. What's your subscriber count now, Pig? Still having issues? Yeah, the subscriber count, I don't know, like, it's even messed up on the wall. Yeah, hang on, where is it? Subscriber count. It's like, it just does that. It doesn't, I've got to fix it, mate. It just does that. But anyway, let me go back over to the new stream there. But yeah, it's gashed up. I've got to fix it, mate. It's just, I don't know. Timo Shafter needs to explain why this Mbeumo transfer is so slow. Kingston, Jamaica, downtown musical guitar cheap. Oh, lovely. You're definitely signing Mbeumo on deadline day. Are you in Kingston, Jamaica, are you, my friend? Lamar, Colin Jackson. Yes, Colin Jackson. Carol Jackson. Can you see numerous slappings coming next week? What, in the pre-season tour, you mean? Nah, I don't know, mate. Honestly, I think it'll be a bit of a shambles unless we do some business here before then. Spear and Jackson. Did you see Rios reports? I've seen some Rios reports, Billy. Yes, there's some links with us. I've seen more that Roma are advancing on it, though. But Colin Jackson, Rampage Jackson, Quinton Rampage Jackson, 50 Cent Curtis Jackson. Yes. Would rather any of these Jacksons than Nicholas Jackson. Get a flute to throw. Yes, I am going to do a watch-along for the Club World Cup final. We'll be back on there tonight around about, what time is it? 8 p.m, isn't it? Oh, thank you so much. The only thing great about Transfer Winners, your show is always a great sense of humor. Thank you, Man United Greek fan. T.O. Jackson, Robert Hewitt. Gear Shift says, no need striker, improve Rasmus. Ooh, Rasmus is 22. He could go on and do things in the future, Gear Shifter, but he only got a few goals last season. It's a big gamble going in there with somebody who's so gash. Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, Sting. I am on tonight, Paulie, yes, but there's the watch-along on, so we're going to do that. I don't know if there is any news, obviously, we'll jump on for that as well. Right, guys, we're going to actually wrap this stream up. Thank you so much, everyone, for getting in here. We've been on here an hour and 1 minute, so I'm starting to cook a little bit. That's why it's 29 degrees in here. Sonia Jackson from EastEnders. Schmeichel the dog. Get Chesney in as mascot. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Great chat, as always. I've got to wrap it up because it's just hot in here. It's boiling. I'm sweating my munt off now. So we're going to leave it. Thank you so much for tuning in, though. That's the latest news on Mbeumo. You know, we're expected to be putting an improved bid in the next sort of coming days. And hopefully we can get an agreement reached and in place there very soon. And we get him in, hopefully, before the tour. Other than that, you know, Garnacho apparently wants to stay in the Prem. Onana is out for a few weeks, but should be staying by all accounts and apparently wants to stay. But we are expected to make an improved bid for Mbeumo. That's the sort of story of the day, I guess, guys. We're going to leave it there. Have a great day. Thank you, Pete Morris, Martin Manning, Paul Warby, Daz Salford, Compost Smurf, Elliot Minoda. Excuse me. Rogerio, Paula, Lynx, Dave, Man United Greek fan, Madhouse, Fire Up, Jamie Riley, Carter, Steve, Paul Warby, Superstar. All the members in green like Superstar, Paul Warby, Jamie Riley, Madhouse, Minoda, Daz Salford, thank you so much for being members. All the moderators, people like Daz Salford, Berber, The Mustard, Jonathan Gallagher, and everyone who's got in here throughout the show. Thank you so much for moderating the streams. Right, we're going to leave it here then. Come back after, get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed in the show. Let us know what day you think Mbeumo Day will be. I think it will coincide with the new kit launch, actually, on the 16th. That's when I think Mbeumo Day is going to be. Shout out to Me v United, Links Red, Luke CXU Legend, Daz, Madhouse, Mags, and everyone else. Come back after, get your thoughts and opinions in. It doesn't have to stop there. Predator Reborn, Compost Smurf, Legends, come back, get your thoughts and opinions in, and we'll keep the debate going. You can follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. And also, links in the description for all the socials. Nice one. I'll see you later, guys. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/flyingpigunited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com. So check it out. Patreon.com/flyingpigunited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.